Waiting for you. Yo, 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 yo. Wisdom Talk Podcast, episode 28. You already know what it is. It's your boy H2O, a.k.a. the Cameron Goon. And we in this thing. Go ahead, cuzzo, plug in.
We here, man. We here. It's your boy Junyanii, episode 28, Wisdom Talk Podcast. Still trying to get myself situated. All right. We're in the building. We're here. And yeah, man. Lots to talk about.
Man, dude.
Lot to talk about, man.
Let's let's start with personal stuff. So, someone calling you or something?
Oh, wow. I'm getting a phone call in the middle of it. Oh, it's Legend. It's Legend. Should we put him on?
Pick him up.
Put him on.
Our editor called.
Charleston White followed us.
Charleston White followed us? He said that Charleston White is interested in joining the podcast.
He's interested in,
yeah.
Hey, we live right now on the episode, by the way, Legend. So
exactly.
I got you on the mic right now.
Followed us, man.
Y'all heard that, right? Charleston White just followed us on IG. So therefore, we've been talking about this. We're gonna keep this a secret.
He liked our comment.
Boom.
He liked the comment that I made.
Boom. So shit.
Just followed us. We gotta make it happen. We gonna make it happen.
Y'all heard that from our editor first.
He might even just have to come on just off the strength if he's doing all that.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, we don't be no fee or nothing. He's just gonna have to come on here and
do the invitation, man. We gotta do an invitation for him, man. Charleston White, come on the show, man. Come on the show.
He just called us in the middle of the.
I'm gonna tell you why he liked it. So basically, I did a comment on I think it was Say Cheese TV.
Yeah.
And
because you've been on there. He's been on Say Cheese.
Debate with Dr. Umar and Charleston White, and they were saying on the comment that they should unite, and I said, no, we need it for entertainment. You know what I mean? So he liked it, and he followed us. So you know, we definitely got this is the invitation. Mr. Charleston White, come on the show. Wisdom Talk. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, but that should just tell y'all something, though. Like, our raw, unadulterated, unapologetic way of just telling our perspective, telling our wisdom, you know what I mean? Telling our, it resonates. You know what I mean? People are just, we live in a very PC, clouded, we have to tiptoe on eggshells. But then when we come on here, it is, we give it to you straight. It's a straight,
what y'all think? Like, who y'all think? Charleston or Dr. Umar? That's gonna be a good debate.
I've met Dr. Umar. I've met him before.
I don't see why can't we try to get both of them?
I've met Dr. Umar in person.
They can have a debate on the
show. On our platform. We give them the platform for them to debate upon, and we just be mediators.
It's funny. Like, I met Dr. Umar one time when he had a lecture here in Houston. And like I met him on some one-on-one, like I shook his hand and had a conversation with him. I don't think he remembers those years ago.
Yeah, of course.
He probably don't remember.
He's probably done that with thousands of.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but that's funny though. That's interesting.
Wow.
It's just how the stars align, man. Full circle type shit.
I didn't know y'all was live, but shit.
Yeah, we live right now. Perfect timing for such news.
I'm telling you, perfect timing.
Everything happens for a reason.
We literally did the intro and then you rang the phone. That's funny.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, but I'm gonna let y'all finish, man. But definitely, man, Charleston White, man.
Charleston
gonna
White.
Make that happen. We're gonna try to get Charleston, both of them, Dr. Umar and Charleston.
Even if we can't have them both at the same time, we can have them
one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time.
It don't matter.
Right.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all finish, man. Definitely.
All right, Legend.
All right, peace, man.
All right.
Yes, sir. Wow. What news?
What a timely that was. Hey, I swear to God, I shouldn't say swear to God. I promise to everything. I promise on everything that was not planned.
Not at all.
I promise you that was not planned. That was.
I was literally about to start talking about personal shit, and then he just called. I'm like, "Hey, bro, cuzzo, your phone's ringing, bro."
I thought it was somebody else. I thought it was
interrupting my conversation. I was about to start talking.
You know who I thought it was.
Cut that shit off.
I thought it was the dog mom, the dog lady.
Yeah.
I thought that's who it was. Like, I thought it was my homegirl, and then it was this legend.
Huh?
Yeah, Victoria.
Yeah.
Shout out to Victoria. I thought it was her, and then I looked, and I was like, what's legend? Legend? The hell?
I picked that up. I was like, wait, Legend's calling you. Pick that up. It must be something.
You know what I'm saying?
And boom, first thing he said, Charles and White followed us. Oh, shit, nigga.
That's funny.
And it's crazy how we kept, like, there's been people that have told me, like, hey, man, maybe you should dial back on certain conversations.
No, we ain't dialing back on shit. You crazy.
You think we're going to dial back
Man,
now?
Look.
Controversial people relate to controversial people.
Well, it's not even just controversy. You think there's something, there's an instinctive, like, subconscious thing about people gravitating towards someone being truthful to themselves, being
that's
who they really are.
And
you know
when I
what I'm
say
saying?
controversial,
Like,
I mean it's just being truthful. It's just being honest,
being truthful, being honest, being real, being genuine. Like, people like to gravitate towards that energy, whether they're a hater or whether they truly support you, right? So, like, there's something to be said about that, you know? Like, you know, just as much as there's an audience to tiptoe on the eggshells and be politically correct and not curse on FCC airways like how they do on ESPN, there's an audience for that, and then there's an audience for the raw. People, as soon as they clock out of their job 9 to 5, they want to get away from the PC. They want to hear somebody just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Shooting the shit, like in the barbershop. You know what I mean? Like,
there's their escape from this modern narrative that they want to push out,
right?
About the PC being politically correct and everything, and like,
right,
like we're not with the bullshit,
right? And
other people who aren't with the bullshit, even if we disagree, they like to see other people that aren't with the bullshit, and that's like minds are gonna collab and interact and appreciate. It's gonna be a respectful aspect. Nonetheless,
right,
we respectfully agree to disagree or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's like the fact that we stand our ground in what we believe in, no matter what society is telling us.
Right,
it makes us more authentic.
I agree, man, and I think there's a real audience for that.
Yep.
You know, Charleston White following us. That's barely scratching the surface.
Yeah,
we keep staying consistent and just pushing that the unapologeticness. That's the word I like to use for us. We're unapologetic. You know, and, you know, you keep going, just doing you, being real, being genuine. And this is, anytime we do an episode, this is not an act. Like, this is us just like, I call it Saturday therapy. You know what I mean? We just, from what we've had, the information we've absorbed, the things we've experienced throughout the week. And we just come here and we just release everything and just talk about it. And, you know, we just keep it pushing, you know?
That's a great way to put it, because even before we got started, I was doing the same thing on Facebook more often, just making posts, and then going back and forth with people on the posts I'll make.
Right.
And I was like, there's another way I could go about this where I'm not just going through this and just cyber war typing with people and shit. And it's like, I could have my own platform to speak my piece and just whatever on my mind, what I've been going through or what I've been thinking about what's going on around me. And I could finally just put it out and just release that shit onto a platform and release it verbally and just have a conversation with someone else about it. And it's just way more peaceful than just going through Twitter wars or wherever you want to call it, or Facebook wars or wherever you want to call it, online with people and shit, and not coming to a concise middle ground, but just talk shit and just like, you know how toxic social media could be, just talking shit back and forth versus just having a platform to air it out.
Yeah.
And that's what I get from this. It's my perfect space to just air it out, man.
Yeah. No, I agree, man.
That goes for anybody that just wants to air out some shit, man. You can always come onto this platform with some podcast, just air it out.
Even though it's been a little minute since we've had any sort of guest.
Yeah, it has been.
But we're gonna try and get a guest up in here. I have a few people that want to get on.
Episode 22 is when I had my homeboy, the single father of 2 daughters.
Oh yeah.
That was the last guest we had.
So 6 episodes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we got in this studio, we haven't had a guest yet in this new studio.
We haven't. Yeah. You're right. Beast. I don't count Beast. Beast is a part of the team.
Yeah, he's a part of the team, producing and everything.
Right. So like, I don't count Beast. Shout out to Beast.
Shout out to Beast though.
I don't count his ass. No. But yeah, you know. Yeah. So like, all right. So where do you want to begin, man? There's a lot,
I was going to talk about my personal stuff before Legend called.
Oh yeah. That's right. What were you about to say? You were about to say.
I was going to talk about personal stuff where I'm no longer at BMW. I got transferred to Jaguar.
You're at Jaguar.
Yeah, now I'm at Jaguar. Same position, but just at Jaguar now.
Wait, so does whoever runs BMW, they run Jaguar too?
It's like same conglomerate.
Okay.
It's like a it's not a family, but it's like an association. It's like a social group of people. They're all convoluted with one another. So because they end up working at different dealerships within that region. So they just be kind of doing transfers and
I see what you're saying.
Transfers and like if one place is doing bad, then they'll send their best people from another place to that place to help bring it back up. And that's kind of like what happened with me going to Jaguar. They were kind of having a drought where like they didn't have enough people orchestrating the customers that was coming in, and they're getting backed up, and it was doing bad for the business when they're getting backed up. Customers aren't feeling like they're being attended to properly because they're short and they're not, and like they're short compared to the customers that are coming in.
Right.
So therefore, as a result, like they're coming out shorthanded with customer service quality.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
they find people who could maximize that on more frequent scale.
I got
This
you.
is me.
Yeah.
I'm a part of that. So,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as nothing changes. You know what I'm saying?
I still get paid the same. My hours are different, but it adds up to be the same.
Like, how are they different? Like, you gotta go in at a certain time?
Yeah, I gotta go in earlier.
Okay.
But I leave earlier.
So you go in. So what time were you going in at BMW?
7.
Now
No, I was going in at 12 or 7, but now it's only 7 at Jaguar.
So you're going in at 7, and then what time are you getting off?
So instead, I'm getting off at 3.
Okay, and how many days a week do you work?
Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So I'm working 7 to 3, and then Saturday is an option.
Okay.
And to get get that overtime.
So you're still getting the same amount of hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just put in different ways. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, and like it's a little further from because it's I-10 and 610.
Right.
Instead of me going, from where I live to go to that Katy one.
The Katy one, right?
West Grade.
Right.
That's closer.
That is
so
closer.
It's a little further away, but.
And the pay is the same, or they increase
it's the same pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they transferred over there. I'm assuming that they need you over there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why
they need to hook you up with like a discounted Jag or something, making you do all that. You know what I'm saying?
I was
like
getting a 20% discount BMW. I'm probably getting the same 20% discount.
They need to like have you like no down payment on whatever you want to choose or something.
Something compensate.
You know what I'm saying? Compensate like
for the
even a used Jaguar would be straight.
Yeah,
be real.
For sure.
Like if you would pull out, man, what?
That ain't no lie, man. Jag is a Jag, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like no matter if it's like a 2003 or a 2023.
Shit, I'm driving the shit out there.
Yeah, Jag's a Jag. You
I'm
still
driving
say
the
that
hell
you got a Jag, and people are gonna, damn, you got a Jag. Like,
right.
Is Jag and Range Rover, Land Rovers?
Yes,
they're all like the same.
Yes, you see somebody with a Jag that's like our age. Automatically, you think they got some bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Automatically, it's like it's you automatically connect Jaguar and bread.
Yep,
that's like the two. Even though you could be one of them dudes that one of them is like, nah, I ain't got it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I just got this Jag because I came up on this Jag. Like,
yeah, exactly. You got it for the low.
Yeah.
Or you can have just good credit score.
Yeah, you had a good credit. Yeah,
or
right.
You got it for the low, but then you still your lifestyle still doesn't.
You're right. Right.
Complement the Jag that you're driving and shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I started this week at Jag.
Okay.
So
how you like it? It's the same thing. You say it's the same.
It's slower.
Is it? I'm sure.
Compared to BMW, BMW is way more busy.
BMW is more like mainstream too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, compared to Jaguar.
So
Jaguar
time moves slower there because it's so much slower.
Oh, I know what Jaguar dealership you're at. Right there, like near Kirby, right?
Yeah.
Like by Rice Village, sort of Kirby.
Yeah, going that way.
Yeah. Okay, I know exactly where you at.
And there's a Mercedes, and then there's
an
Audi. There's a Volvo.
Yeah, I know the area. Yeah, I know.
There's
exactly.
like a couple of doors.
Lakewood Church. You by Lakewood Church over there.
Low key.
Yeah.
Not entirely. Lakewood is 59 though. I'm I-10.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's not that far because 610 is 610.
Right.
you get from I-10 to 610. I mean, I-10 to 59 on 610 is going to take like 10 minutes.
Right.
10, 15 minutes. So. Yeah.
Okay.
What
Well,
about you?
me,
Where did you just come back from, by the way?
I just came back from Cameroon in Africa. That's where I just came from, man. And I would have stayed longer had it not been for my job, not allowing me to stay that long. And plus, I didn't have the enough PT to stay for a whole month. Yeah. So, but I was there for like a week and like 2 days, and it was off the chain.
Damn.
Off the chain. It's a different experience going now when we're in our 30s because you're gonna absorb everything more. You know what I mean? You're gonna really, take mental pictures of everything, right? And the experience is gonna be different compared to when you go as like a early, late or teenager or a young adult, early 20s. Because that was the last time I went when I was in my early 20s. Then I went now, and I'm like, damn.
You got more shit together and more structure. Right. More stronger mental.
Stronger mental. Your mind is different. Damn. It's a great experience.
Because like you get to appreciate the little things that much more.
Oh, yeah.
And not take it for granted and all that.
Bro, there was times where we were staying in a nice, it was like a nice, condominium hotel. And, the lights would cut off randomly, just cut off. Water would cut off sometimes, even though you're in a nice space, but it's still the discrepancies of how the environment and how the government is ran out there. Yeah, basic amenities can randomly just disappear.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying? You still lose electricity.
And this is for the people. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No,
I just want to make a little note on this. This is for the people that don't understand how good we have it in America.
Bro,
there's so they think there's just so oh my God, America ain't shit. I would love to move out this country, and oh my God, it can't get much worse than America. All this other shit, and just complaining about how America is. And I'm like, have you ever lived in another country? Have you ever stepped out of your country to another country? Right. Let alone not just a first world country, but a third world country.
Right. Now, I will say this: people that complain about America, you have first world complainers, and then you have people that complain like myself about systematic white supremacy. So there's how it has affected living for certain people, specific people, and how it's affected people in Africa too. That's the reason why Africa is the way it is now, specifically Cameroon, because that's all I was thinking about when it's literally as soon as I landed,
wisdom talk.
As soon as I landed and I started going through the town, and I started seeing how people live, and again, I'm like, damn, white supremacy is a mofo. This is global. No, seriously, bro.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. But
there was times where I was driving, I wasn't driving, literally driving. I was riding. We were going from town to town. Yeah, taxi, town to town.
Taxis are cheap.
And I was just looking at the fields of palm trees, fields of rubber trees, fields of banana trees. All I was thinking about then was just resources. Bro, when I say Africa has there was times where I was being taxied and I would see oil trucks, transporting oil from certain parts, lines of them, oil, big barrel trucks, oil transferring from one town to another, just oil. Wow. And I'm like, bro, and in between, as those trucks are driving in between rubber trees, banana trees, plantain trees, rubber trees. You know what? Rubber trees, where anybody who drives a car in America, you get your tires from the rubber trees.
Exactly.
That's where the rubber comes from. That's where rubber comes from. It comes from the trees, rubber trees. Endless fields, bro, of rubber trees in Africa, in Cameroon. And that's just Cameroon.
Yeah, exactly. That's just that's just one country of the many countries.
A small little section of Cameroon, bro. Yeah. Endless fields of rubber trees, dog. And I was like, bro, this is why, because what they do is they come in, they colonize, right? And then they turn around and okay, we'll help you. We'll give you a loan in exchange for us coming in here, but you have to pay us back that loan at a high interest rate that we know you're never going to pay back, because we're steady. While we're giving you this loan, we're still raping your resources. So how are you going to, it's a conundrum, right? Yeah. So it's damn, bro. This is why African people, men and women in Africa right now, y'all need to get on code. Forget the little tribal beefs.
Exactly.
All of y'all need to get on code.
Infighting shit.
That infighting shit. It's too concentrated. Bro, even when I was there, dog, there was people. There's a war going on in Cameroon right now.
Duh.
Like it's the French. Yeah, it's the French versus the English.
Exactly. It's a civil war. Yeah.
Dog, and I felt the energy.
Episodes.
I felt the energy there.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that shit is so stupid. It's so dumb.
I know.
While y'all are infighting, the government, the president there, who's been there for 45 years.
Yes, 1982.
He's been president since 1982 on some dictator shit. Yep. What y'all need to do.
But he's a president.
But y'all need dictator.
Exactly.
But what y'all need to do is come together and overthrow them motherfucker and have a civil election. That's what y'all need to do.
Exactly.
Get him out. Just get him out. Even if y'all have to
eliminate the biggest problem.
Right.
And then
don't have the military take over and do a coup, because then you'll be under military rule and you can't always trust military.
They're convoluted by the president anyway.
Right. And so the people need to come together. They need to unify, bro. Exactly. And get on code.
You know what? You know, it's crazy. What that reminds you of? Us, black people in America.
Yeah, to a certain degree. Us coming
together
to a certain degree.
It's going to make everything stronger, and it's going to get us what we demanding for more likely.
To be fair, it's not as bad as Cameroon, bro. I'm going to be real.
No, it's not as bad because this is the majority. We're not the majority of America.
Right.
But we're talking about the majority of people in Cameroon.
Yeah.
So, it'll be way more impactful for the majority of people in Cameroon to stand up against that government.
Right.
Than our 13.4% of black people coming together and stand up against our government.
Right.
It's going to be way more impactful.
And see the battle that Africans. So let's look at this uphill battle, right? Let's say Africans on the French side and English side in Cameroon unify. They get the president out. They get a legitimate representative in there as the prime minister, and then things start to slowly turn in a positive way. Now you're gonna have to worry about Western powers now, about coming in, changing the narrative, like, oh, look at that. Because what's gonna happen is if the people of Cameroon get on code and they get somebody legit in there, and the dude starts turning a new leaf, guess what's going to happen? All the resources in Cameroon are now going to be turned inward to help the country. Yeah. Right? We're going to start utilizing those resources to help the country. So that when they do that, it's going to hurt outside.
Yeah, the outcome.
Right? Yeah, it's going to hurt the people that are reaping the resources, right?
Yeah, you have income, you have outcome.
Right.
It's going to hurt the outcome.
Right. So when you start turning your own resources inward to help yourself, now you're hurting the raper that's taking them from you, which is Western powers, people in Europe. Now they're going to try and switch the narrative and be like, oh, look at this country. They're a bunch of heathen savages. They need democracy. They're going to demonize. They're going to demonize the country for trying to help themselves. You see that? So that's the bullshit. Vicious cycle. You see that's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy. Yeah. That's the stranglehold that Africa has on it that we have to deal with. Yeah. But we can overcome it. It's going to take everybody getting on code.
It's going to take time too.
It's going to take time.
Some years. And everyone getting on color. It's not everybody is absolutely 100% everybody, but a majority.
Enough people to flip the script and be like, no, we are helping ourselves, and we're not going to take y'all's twisting of the narrative. No, we're not taking that, because y'all twist, because that's what America does. Like how they did with Gaddafi, right? Yeah. That's exactly what they did with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was trying to unify Africa and create an African currency.
I know.
Like how they have the euro, he was trying to do that for Africa.
Exactly.
Which would have strangled the entire globe.
Mm-hmm. Because they like other countries that are more structured and everything else, that have their shit more together in unison. Yeah. Are coming to our continent and picking country of all this more self-righteous, like more self-efficient, egotistical, more like people in African countries are more looking out for themselves or their immediate community than the masses. Right. So they take advantage of that, less of a communal approach, and use their masses to overpower our little segregated groups of people. And they won't have that power to do that if we're more together, because it'll be like country versus country. Yeah. So instead of taking advantage, it'll become a war.
What needs to happen is, they don't want to
risk the war. They want to just take advantage.
Well, Africa, all countries of Africa, what they need to do is they need to have this mentality. You pick on Ghana, you pick on all of us.
Exactly.
You pick on Cameroon, you pick on all of us.
They should. It'll be easier. And that's a great point. And because it'll be easier if we were just to do regions. West Africans stick together.
Yeah.
East Africans stick together. Northern Africans stick together. Southern Africans stick together.
Yeah.
And like just that alone, because like we more relate to our regions.
Yeah.
Like West Africans kind of all have similar traditions and cultures and beliefs and ideologies and stuff, and et cetera, et cetera. So if you see someone picking on fucking Ghana and we're Cameroonian, it's all West African. We can relate because we're more alike than different.
But I'm more like this. I'm taking it a step further. I'm like, you pick on Ghana, not only are you picking on us in Cameroon, but Angola's sending us resources to help us help Ghana.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you mean.
You see what I'm saying? So so you pick on Cameroon. Okay, Ghana's going to help us. They're going to send some military aid along with South Africa sending us military.
Exactly.
So Africa will have a shield around it for the bullshit.
And
you
then,
see what I'm
you
saying?
can still have Ethiopians and Kenyan people doing the same thing, sending that.
Yes,
you got forces.
exactly.
You have the Algerian people, and all them people sending out people.
Yeah.
And I sending out
That's
sources.
what I'm saying.
And like, we got our own people who are physically going to support. And then you have outside sources funding that shit too.
Right,
like you got people coming from
that's
woodworks.
Africa being unified.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what's gonna help us keep white supremacy out of our backyard.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, it strangles, bro. Me being on ground zero in Cameroon really put that in perspective even more. I was like, dude, bro.
And you recently experiencing that, especially having the platform we have now to talk about it.
Yeah.
And everything else, it just debunks a lot of other people that are just in the U.S. ideologies and what they believe from what's really going on.
Right. Because the people, man, the people over there are such good people, bro. Mm-hmm. It's such good people. They're genuinely like good people over there, dog. Like I didn't really get no bad energy out there. I didn't.
Exactly.
And I'm amongst other black Africans. Like they know I'm from America.
Yeah.
But when they hear me talk, they know I'm like, okay, this motherfucker carries himself different.
Yeah.
He ain't no just typical American. Like, you know, because they
You're
know
not like a hooligan Yankee cowboy, reckless motherfucker.
Because I'd be like, look, I know why it's the way it is.
You know
that's
how
the first thing
yourself.
You know, I know how to conduct myself, and the energy I bring is, bro. I know why Cameroon is beautiful.
Yeah,
that's what I tell him. I'm like, yo, I see the potential.
That's Victoria, though.
Yeah, I see the potential. You know what I'm saying? I see the potential. Like if outside forces didn't strangle you guys.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's not y'all. See, that's the energy I came with. I was like, it's not the people. Even despite the infighting, it's still not y'all.
No.
It's outside forces, bro. That is the way why Cameroon is the way it is, bro.
Because a lot of the infighting is caused by those outside forces subliminally. That's not even like just like in the forefront of them causing it, but like we know that they're the reason why it is happening in the first place.
Right.
Because the deprivation of that's they're causing is creating the infighting. Because it's like both sides feel neglected to certain degrees, and then they're blaming each other because that's all they could see in plain sight. It's crazy.
It's sad, bro. Yeah. Like I just like, man, I want to help them so bad. Obviously, I'm not in no like real power play position other than using a platform that I have
to talk about it.
To talk about it for right now. Not to say I won't be in that position in the future, but I'm just saying, you know, it's something I want to do. I want to help Black Americans. I want to help Cameroon. You know what I'm saying? I want to help, you know, Black people globally. General, I do. You know what I
agree. And I know that it's crazy that we're talking so much about Cameroon and stuff like this and what's going on in our continent of Africa, let alone our country of Cameroon and everything else, is that I had a couple of Africans, especially one of my homies that's Cameroonian, was like, y'all should have more conversations about what's going on in Cameroon.
Who said that?
One of my coworkers back at BMW.
Oh, for real?
Was Cameroonian.
Word?
Because he watched the podcast. He was like,
oh, okay.
I like the podcast, but y'all should talk more about Cameroonian stuff that's going on in our country. And I'm like, oh, wait till he sees this episode. We just had a smooth 20, 30-minute conversation about that.
Right.
That literally just happened. So he's going to enjoy that part.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, man.
But we're like the whole point is that we're versatile, man.
Yeah, exactly.
We talk about everything, man.
Hence why people like a Charleston White, even though, you know, I have a few quarrels with Charleston.
I can't wait until he comes onto our platform because I'm going to mediate that. Because if Umar's not there, then I'm gonna be mediating you and him.
Look, overall, I like a lot of his messages more so than I don't.
Yeah.
But there's a few things where I'm like, bro, it's like the stuff I don't like.
No,
it's like, bro,
he's an extremist.
I think you're trolling. I chalk it up to trolling. Like you got to be trolling.
You know what?
You have to be.
What like a lot of people have claimed him to be like he's a comedian to a degree.
He sort of is.
Like
you heard about him getting. You heard about him. See, I want to question him about. You heard about him getting stomped out, right? That was like national news. He got stomped out at a comedy show.
How long ago was it?
This was recent. I promise you. Yeah, because he was like he was getting heckled by the crowd.
Yeah,
and he didn't know how to finesse that. You know, like an Ari Spears, someone know how to finesse that.
Yeah,
or Dave Chappelle could finesse that.
So he is a comedian.
Right? So he was doing a stand-up comedy. I don't know if he's like comedian. That's his.
He's trying to be a comedian,
right? I guess so. But like,
that's what makes a lot of sense.
You know,
I noticed this comedians when they're on podcasts, they say the most wildest shit.
Yeah.
So,
but he instead of finessing the heckling, he started to get personal, like with the heckler, and that's what drove the heckler to like get on stage. And like then after that heckler got on stage, then there was a few more people. I don't know where these people came from, but they all like stomped him out. And I was like, "Yo, what the hell?"
So it started off with one heckler, and then one heckler escalated to the
there's
multiple motherfuckers.
I guess there was multiple.
This nigga.
Yeah, I guess there was multiple people that wanted to do that. I guess. But see, that just goes back to the type of energy he puts out sometimes. Yeah. It's like, bro, you put out the wrong energy. He
can be a bit toxic at times.
That's what I'm saying. And it's no disrespect to him, you know what I'm saying? But he's smart. I'm calling a spade though.
But he's smart.
You know what I'm saying?
He's smart.
Like, yeah, you know. I'm calling a spade. It's like, bro, you gotta know your audience. That's all I'm saying. You can still be you, do your message, but know your audience at the same time. You know what I mean? Still get your message across.
Yeah, exactly.
The way Charleston White wants to get it across.
You can choose your battles properly.
Right. And that's not being a hoe. That's not being a punk. That's just playing chess.
It's smart.
It's playing chess.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
You gotta just be steps ahead of your
These white folks play chess on you every day.
Are they
why can't you do it?
Are they cowards?
Right. They're not. Right.
They're not. They don't see themselves as cowards as they do the same strategical.
Even though we, black people we feel like they are cowards, low key, but they play chess. So why can't we? That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying.
Black people know that they're cowards.
Yeah, because think about they always get soft targets. They got to use the pen on us all the time, write laws against us, and use the judicial system unjustly against us. Like that's like cowardly stuff. You're indirectly harming us.
This is a perfect segue while you're talking about the judicial
it is a perfect
system
segue. Oh, shit.
Against us.
Uh-oh.
Johnathan
Majors.
Damn. There you go.
Man, okay, before you start, because I'm gonna let you go. No, I'm just saying. I'm putting this disclaimer out there.
before you.
Oh yeah. But Johnathan Majors had the greatest record of all time. No. Now before you go, I'm gonna say this. If you're a black man in America and you don't see the racism and the blatant, unbalanced judgment that has plagued the American judicial system since its inception, if you don't see it by now, I don't understand. Just go back under the rock where you came from. Just go there. Just go there.
Patrick.
Just Just go back. Go hang out with Patrick. Go. After this case, if you don't see it now, I don't know you can't be around me. You can't. I'm sorry. You just can't. Because seriously, this is too much in your face, bro. It's too much.
Break it down, cuz this is your time. Go.
Bro.
Why is it too much in your face?
I'm saying the blatant racism and disrespect. It's just,
why do you feel
they're plastering it in our face. They're literally putting it in our face, ha ha. What you gonna do about it? That's how it comes off.
Why do you think that way?
Because
I'm just me. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm playing oblivious.
Well, first of all, we're going to go tit for tat on this one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. And you go.
Let's go.
Okay. First of all, the man was running away from her. On video.
On video. Hey, that nigga had a stride on him too.
Bro, he was running a 40-yard dash.
That fool had a full outfit.
He had
with
a
the long coat,
chinchilla coat.
He probably dress shoes. That boy had a full stride, proper form.
Bro, he Heismaner. Dog, you didn't see that?
Yeah.
He stiff armed, like he literally Heismaner with the ball in his hands. He did. And then like took off. Yeah, bro.
She's
on
running
video.
after her. You see the gap going on.
Oh
and
my
she's still
gosh.
running, drunk as fuck, just running after her. He's
Yo.
just like, fuck that shit. I have no association.
And you know what? I feel him though. He probably was thinking, you know what he was
the
thinking?
right thing to do.
You know what he was thinking?
What?
And Kang the Conqueror. I'm gonna be in Avengers 5, 6.
Yo.
Kang, I'm with Marvel. Nah.
You got me fucked up.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm gone. You
You're
know,
like,
you
got
can
me
have this.
fucked up if I'm gonna get caught up over this bitch.
Right.
Toot.
Bro.
And
And she was chasing him too.
she was chasing him too.
Yo.
How is it gonna be assault
Sway?
and abuse and all that if he's the running from
How,
her
Sway?
ass?
How?
He tried to put her in a car. He realized he wasn't gonna get her in the car. He jetted, dog.
Bro.
He jetted, man. You're like, man, fuck that. I ain't
How,
getting caught
Sway?
up over this.
How?
Bitch. And guess what? He still gets convicted. Dog. He still gets charged.
He checked into another hotel. He checked into a whole nother.
She still went out. She still ended up going out.
And she ended up going out, having a good time, getting drunk.
After.
But she's the victim. And
then the cuts, the cuts and wherever she had the injuries came after. Oh, and his documented that
Bro.
came after.
I heard Corey Holcomb. Shout out to the 5150 show.
Yeah.
I heard
we
Corey.
fuck with you, Corey Holcomb,
yeah,
too.
for real,
Yeah,
real
yeah.
talk. I heard Corey Holcomb say no evidence was allowed to get into the courtroom against her. They didn't allow any evidence pinned against her to be in the courtroom in the case. You know that?
Damn.
They didn't allow
That's
any
scary.
evidence. Bro,
That's
but that
scary.
further proves
That's scary,
that the
bro.
judicial system in America does not care about black folks. It doesn't. It's I'm
not
white.
even just about black folks. It's about black men. And
Black
white
men.
and then how much they do care about white women.
It's I'm white and I say so. That's what it is. It's
and-
I'm white and I say so. You know what? I'm white and I say that you were terrorizing this white woman because I'm white and I say that because you're black and she's white.
I got
and
a
you're
controversial take right here.
What?
It wouldn't be as bad if it was a black woman and a white man.
Hell no.
It wouldn't be as bad. So it's really a black man and a white woman.
Yeah.
So that's the worst of the scenario.
If it was a black woman and a white man, the white man would have gotten the justice that Johnathan Majors should have gotten in this case.
Exactly.
That's exactly what would have happened. Exactly.
And the black woman would have to prove her case more.
Right.
Even
They
though-
would allow the evidence against
they
the
will
black
allow
woman
it,
to be
though.
in the courtroom.
Exactly. And that's the difference is that the allowance would be equal.
Yes.
The allowance would be equal, but then they would still be like giving the white man the benefit of the doubt until
Yes.
proven guilty.
Yes.
But the allowance would be equal. But in this case, no allowance equal. That man's guilty.
Yep.
Straight up. That's what happened, bro. And everyone sees it. And then I started getting the compare. Then people started saying it's another Johnny Depp case. And like I was talking to you before the podcast, the difference is that Johnny Depp is not just white, but he had the best lawyers, all-star
But
lineup,
he has
more
the-
money,
right,
the
more-
more funding, everything else to back him up. Where he
Yep.
just barely got out of that Amber Heard shit.
Yep.
With the best top tier people as a white
He
man.
barely escaped that.
Barely escaped that with the best lawyers as a white man versus this black dude that is as qualified.
But you know what I
What do
heard?
you think? You think he's gonna get out of this?
You know what I also heard too? I also heard that the DA that was on the case for the Johnathan Majors, he was also on the Kevin Porter case. And he was also on the case, the Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
When Kevin Porter Jr.'s girl came out publicly and said,
Yeah.
"This man, Kevin Porter, did not do any of the stuff that y'all are saying," she came out and said that, and the DA still.
And with the Kevin Porter thing, just a Easter egg with that. Her sister, it was Dwayne Haskins. Rest in peace.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they dated. And
Wow.
she was doing this. She accused Dwayne Haskins the same shit. So I guess it's like a hereditarian thing. It's
Yeah.
like within the family they do that shit.
Right.
So boom. So
But
you connect the dots and it starts to equate and make sense.
But see,
intentions.
But the difference is that Kevin Porter, the girl with Kevin Porter, came out and admitted, like, hey, he didn't do nothing. Like the narrative that the media and the DA are coming up with is twisted.
But it was too late. They already
Yeah.
shamed him, and he already got released by the Rockets and everything else. Like his career still.
Yeah, and I didn't rock with Stephen A. when he was patronizing him the way he did. Like, and then when it comes to Josh Giddey, you don't want to patronize him the same way.
Yep.
But we know what time it is.
Yeah.
We know what time it is,
exactly,
bro. Come
man.
on, man.
It's the Malika Andrews effect.
Yeah. And that's another thing we're going to bring up, too, in a minute. We're going to get to that in a minute. Because there's a Malika Andrews 2.0. I don't know if you've heard.
Who?
Kimberly Fisher.
No, I've not heard.
How she chastised Cam Newton.
That's the one that talked
we gonna
about
get to
Cam
that.
Newton?
Yeah, it's her.
I seen that.
We're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Now
bro.
I see the name. I do see. I saw that shit on
with
my
with her lime green fingernails. We're gonna get to her in a minute. We're gonna get to her in a minute.
Like
bro.
the neon joints, the lime green.
Yeah, the neon
be like,
lime.
You know,
We're gonna get to her in a minute.
That lime
bro.
green that people be wearing, that neon green type of. Oh shit, she went down.
We gonna get
I
to
bet them
her.
hoes glow in the dark and shit. Now she's over here just. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm being an asshole on that.
Yeah, she was being an asshole towards Cam Newton.
Yeah, she deserves it
for no reason.
Gawk ass fingernails, so you can see in the light in the dark.
Right. We gonna get to her in a minute. But
Yeah.
back to the Johnathan Majors thing, bro. That DA that was on the case, he has a track record of being corrupt.
Yeah,
in cases like
bias.
That. Yeah. So he's the first black DA apparently ever.
He's
of course, dude. But he's on some like, you know,
Samuel L. Jackson Django shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
He's one down, man.
And you know the jury for the Johnathan Majors case, they had before I get to the jury, there's so much to say about this stuff, man. There's so much to say.
Yeah, where you want to start?
Before I get to the jury, before I get to the jury,
get right, Terry.
You know the case was a misdemeanor, right? The case was classified.
The original case was a misdemeanor.
The case itself was classified as a misdemeanor. Misdemeanors never go to trial. This case went to trial, hence why there was a jury involved. This case, misdemeanors. So that means
someone pressed it to go to trial.
The DA,
damn,
the district attorney. He's the one that pushed it to trial, and the reason why it went to trial is because of him. And tell me why the jury was an all-white jury except for one black lady. And you know that black lady, when they asked her how did she feel about the case and how did she feel about the jury, guess what she did?
Yeah, she caved.
Yep. She didn't stand her ground.
Pressure of her peers.
She didn't stand her ground.
She was a product of her environment. She just followed the.
She was scared, bro. See, that's why they know who to select for those juries, bro. They know what they're doing. I just go back to the because if they would have, let's pretend like it was me or you, and you select, you just made a mistake and selected me or you. I'd be like, nah. Listen, I think this shit's a farce. I'm outnumbered. And they're going to vote against him. But me, I didn't vote that. If y'all are interviewing me, I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I think the dude's innocent. You could clearly see it. I think the jury's going to vote against him, and that's what I'm a part of. But I'm only one man.
We will purposely try to get a placement to speak on the case. Like, we'll purposely seek one of the reporters or interviewers or wherever and be like, hey, we didn't agree with that verdict.
Right. I didn't agree.
I don't want to be associated with them.
I'm not associated with this.
Yes, it's majority rules, but I wasn't part of that majority.
Right.
Just to let y'all know, I wasn't part of that majority.
That's a fact. I promise you I would have said that.
I would have found
I would have been like, I don't agree with
get on that microphone, interrupt someone else's shit. I didn't agree.
Right.
And then run off or some shit. Like, then that would have went viral. Like that one guy in the jury.
Yeah, it would have went viral. Real talk.
The one guy in the jury that did not agree with the final verdict.
You would have went viral.
snapped on the microphone in the interview talking about how he didn't agree with the bullshit.
Yeah.
But exactly. That person would definitely go
viral.
And he'll get a lot of interviews on a lot of podcasts and a lot of platforms, maybe even mainstream media about this shit. But what I was going to say is I don't mean to go towards a more sexism approach, but it's more likely that a black woman with a bunch of white people would concede than a black man. That's why I only say that because black women tend to, you know what I'm saying? Women in general tend to be the ones who more follow the masses, the trends. And everything
you know what I'm going
else.
to say right now? I'm going to be a black woman. I'm going to be like, well, you're just being what's it called? Misogynistic. You're just being a misogynist.
Because
misogynist.
Because like if you think about it, who are more likely to go against the narrative, men or women? Is more men that are gonna go against the narrative than women. Just because like women are more socially calibrated, they don't want to feel castrated and everything. They want to feel like they belong. So because she would have been the only one that stood against everyone else, she doesn't want to feel like the outsider and feel shunned by that group. So she feels more accepted to just go with the flow of it. So that's what's natural, because like men, we don't give a fuck. There are those few men that do care about what society thinks, but most men don't give a fuck.
Right.
So that's where it comes from, and that's why it feels a black man, he'll most likely stand his ground unless he's whitewashed, unless he's like some Oreo, like like Uncle Ruckus type of motherfucker that like he's black on the outside, but he's still like his mindset and ideologies and beliefs are more of a Caucasian based narrative. But if he was like a black person that was raised around predominantly black people, he wouldn't fold. But a black woman that's raised around predominantly black people in that environment, in that scenario, because it was predominantly white, would concede.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There are those few black women that will stand their ground in that scenario, but that's not the majority.
Yeah, I mean,
but a majority of men,
I think there's some truth to what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just true. It's just because like when you said that there was when it was predominantly white, the jury and everything, I didn't know that. And then like the one black person was a woman,
and then she caved under pressure.
She caved, and it's more likely that a black woman would cave under that type of pressure than a black man. That also,
unless the black man's like a coon.
Yeah, exactly. Like an Uncle Tom, like he's white on the inside.
Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah. Uncle Ruckus, that's why I mentioned that. Like, that's the only type. But if it's a black man that's pro-black, he would not fold.
Oh, no, hell no.
A black woman that's pro-black might still fold. They're more likely the ones to fold than a black man that's pro-black. I think so. I do. I think so. Only because, like, they don't have no one to back them up. They're stronger whenever they have people.
I feel like for a black man in that situation, if they didn't have nobody to back up too, I feel like they would, It really just depends on the person. It depends on the person.
I could be wrong.
Like you said, if the person has a foundation of black empowerment, pro-black, they're not afraid to stand on something. If they have that as their foundation, then you're right. Then they won't fold.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they don't, I think
gender.
Yeah, I think it's genderless, right? Yeah, I think it's genderless. It just depends on the person.
I
think that woman, and I think that, and
that could just be me taking.
But you know what though? Hold on. But where you can be right, if you were to say this, because I'm gonna be real, these foreign black people that are foreign to America, y'all tend to be on. We love the white man. We love the white man. Like, y'all, they tend to be, I'm going to be real.
They love the white man.
Yeah, bro. Y'all have a soft spot for white men, and y'all call black men akadas. I'm going to be real. Y'all the ones, the foreigners, the foreign black folks are the ones that are more prone to just going along with the nonsense.
It's the older ones too, though.
And the older ones, yes, bro, they're
but
worse.
Not the younger ones. The younger ones aren't as bad as that. Because
I'll give you that. True.
Because like even like the young Africans that I work with, they hate white people.
I agree. The generation.
Yeah, but like the older ones, they kiss white people's ass.
I agree, bro. So yeah, it's bad, bro.
Yeah, so
that's part of the reason why. And again, that adds to the issue with Cameroon too.
Yeah. Because a lot of the older people still have the say-so and the word and the power. And
that's what I'm saying.
And the respect from the peers.
And from what I heard, I could be wrong, but what I heard the black woman was not, she was foreign.
Damn,
be real.
See?
I think she was like.
She was probably like in her
Caribbean
40s or 50s.
Or something. Yeah.
Like she's older.
Yeah, she's older. Yeah.
Yeah, she was an older black woman. That's foreign. So yeah, that makes that debunks everything.
I'm just saying.
Oh, there goes that.
I'm gonna be real to our foreign fan base.
The Gen X and boomers, the foreign black Gen X boomers and like those people.
Yeah.
Like in the 40s, 50s and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the young ones might get offended. They might get offended because we're calling them out, but I don't give a damn because it's true. It's true because I tell you, man,
we only speak the truth here, man.
Right.
And it's objective.
See, foreign black people weren't the ones that come from out of the country. they weren't getting hosed down in the civil rights and all that.
Yeah,
So they don't
can't relate.
They can't really relate.
Yeah.
They didn't get bombed at Tulsa, Oklahoma, so they can't relate.
And that's why
to the black people that have been here.
Even with my mom, I be having debates with her. I'm like, Mom, because like my mom doesn't have the same empathy for black people.
My mom too.
And I'm like, you don't understand why they have the animosity they have, because they like, even if they weren't the ones to go through it, but their family members, they grew up with people that went through it.
Right.
Like grandma or aunt, uncle or parent, direct parent, they went through it.
Yes.
Even though you moved here after that shit.
Right. Right.
You can't relate. You can't understand. You can't comprehend the levels of what they went through and why that resentment is still there to degrees, and where you still get that prejudice. Even through all that, and things are supposed to change, you're still getting this prejudice that animosity comes from.
Right.
And that's the convolution right there. So it's crazy.
Yeah, man. With that being said, man, Johnathan Majors is innocent. Straight up.
Facts.
It was a farce, corrupt DA's office in New York that screwed him over. Somebody was out. It was an agenda.
You informed me on that shit, man.
Yeah, they were out to get him, bro.
Damn, bro.
They were out to get him. Cause
I didn't know it was a black DA, too.
Yeah, dog.
Fucking Uncle Tom.
Yo.
Bitch ass niggas.
Man,
that nigga, man, I don't mean to. I was about to say some evil shit, like like that nigga deserves some shit that I shouldn't say.
No. Like, we going. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it professional. Yeah, we're gonna keep it a little professional on that one.
It just angers me. That's why I was gonna get triggered and say some shit that I would probably regret.
They hire black folks to scorn black folks, like.
And yeah, that's what they do. So it doesn't seem racist when they use them.
See, I mean, his own brother did it to him. So
it's just like that episode that we had where I played the racist thing, and then how Myron tried to use a black orchestrator that indicted Trump.
Right,
so it was racist. They just used her.
That's crazy.
She's just used for affirmative action upon the position. But the agenda is still the agenda.
Ridiculous.
So it doesn't have to do it. Oh, it's not racist. We're not racism. Racism doesn't exist no more because we have black people indicting white people, but they're still taking the word from the white people. So
I heard this the other day.
Read between the lines, motherfucker.
I heard this the other day. I heard this dude saying, he's like, well, like. The league, NFL, NBA is like 60%, 70% black. So, I mean, why do you think that's racist over there? It's like, but who owns the league? Who owns it?
Think about what McClain said that the Texans owner before he died. The asylum.
Right. You can't let the inmates run the asylum. Or something like, come on, bro.
And that's the white owner saying that about his predominantly black athletes.
Right.
Okay. So now can you see that as an example of why that shit don't matter?
But you know what they like to also do, right? When you point out the fact that who owns it, they be, well, in the 12% or 12 owners, 12 of the owners in the is it the NBA or the NFL? One of those leagues.
Yeah, probably.
Are Jewish. NBA. They like to pawn it off to Jewish. I'm like, but you don't understand. Jewish people are white. They're also white.
They're classified more as white than Jewish.
They're classified.
When you do an application, you don't see Jewish as an option. You see white. And who do you think they're like?
They're still practicing white supremacy.
Yeah.
Like, just because they're Jewish. Okay, so basically, y'all are having an argument. The Anglo whites are trying to point fingers at the Jewish people on who can beat our asses more. Right? That's what's going on. You're arguing amongst each other. No, it was him. No, it was him. No, it was them. Them. While we're over here, black people are sitting here like, okay, y'all are still doing the same. Y'all are doing the same. Y'all are both like
saying.
Not all Jewish people.
Let's just say
not all Anglos, but the ones that practice white supremacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all know who y'all are. Not all of y'all.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Saying those type of white people and Jewish people are different is like saying certain type of black people and certain type of Nigerians or Cameroonians are different.
Right. Yeah, right.
But they're all black.
They're all right. Exactly.
They're all white. You know,
exactly.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
You're just trying to dilute. You're trying to dilute the reality of the spectrum so you could just favor your own narrative.
Right.
It's just crazy, bro.
Right.
The manipulation of this shit is wild, bro. And people are so gullible just to go with the narratives that people portray. Versus like reading between lines and doing your own due diligence to come to your own consensus assessment of what's really going on, it's just crazy, bro. It's like
ridiculous.
blind sheep just following the flow. And I just can't comprehend it. I just can't understand. I can't grasp why people just go with the flow.
Right.
Instead of like you're raised to know better. You know right from wrong. You know better when you're raised. Your family usually even if you don't have both your parent is usually raising you to know what's right and wrong. And then something just goes south.
I'll say this. The reason why people do it is because they don't want to compromise what they've been taught, what they've been living for the majority of their lives. Because people feel like if you expose that everything they know, everything they've been living is a fallacy, then they feel like they have to start over again. Like you have to start over you have to go back to being 3 years old.
Yeah.
And learn again and relive.
Instead of going like
it's a lot.
Factory reset your mindset.
Right. It's a lot to deal with.
They rather just deny.
Right. It's a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that could make a lot of people commit suicide or go crazy.
Yeah. Delete yourself.
But still,
I'm not gonna lie. I believe that because of a lot of shit that we talk a lot of real shit, but certain things we say, I'm sure we're demonetized like a motherfucker. Dog.
I don't think we're demonetized
because like we're not in the spectrum. We're not in their eyesight.
But even if we were demonetized, I mean, even
because
if we
like if we were in the YouTube eyes, a lot of shit we say would be like demonetized worthy.
But here's the deal, right? That's why it's important to have grassroots support, because grassroots support will always back you, no matter what. So you can have grassroots support. You could demonetize the channel, whatever. I mean, look, we self-fund ourselves anyway.
Yeah.
So when's that going to stop?
Yeah.
I mean, if we have to go, let's say I'm not going to say it like a hypothetical. When we do gain more traction, right, and we do pick up steam, and then we end up not having to fund it ourselves, and then later on, that gets taken away from us and we have to go back to funding ourselves again, we can adjust, because it's like, bro, we started off funding ourselves. Yeah. Then we elevated to the point where we didn't have to. Now y'all take that away from us, and now we have to fund ourselves. Like it ain't no thing. It ain't a big deal to go back. I mean, that's where we started from.
I love that you bring up that hypothetical, because even though you have mixed feelings about the podcast, but Fresh and Fit, that's literally what happened to them. They started off funding their shit. They got to a point where they were being funded, and then they got demonetized, and then they still keep it going.
Right.
And that's why some people are like, they still got a show. Yeah, they still running that shit off of their funds, and they did when they were making that money. They used that, they invested that money properly so they could fund that shit to keep it going. Right. And still find ways to make money.
And then there's other ways to get donations. And I mean, there's so many ways to make money.
Like that's why like super chats, and then you have like external things like what's that shit called? Patronage or something like that.
Right.
Like other external platforms where you can show like exclusive content and stuff like that. And then you have merch, and you create merch and stuff, Recognize Entertainment, all that. And you making all these sales and getting all these super chats and donations and other external platforms you have to sign up to a membership to get the exclusive content.
And if your network game is strong, depending on who you network with and link up with, you'll always have a door to go to. Someone's always going to want to work with you.
There's always going to be a potential Charleston White that wants to work with you. Right. Even when you only have 271 subscribers.
Or a potential business that wants to do business with you and make a deal with you and like let's say Dame Dash, right? Yep. Dame Dash has a TV network called American New Network. Let's say he wants to put a song, or hey, come to my platform.
Just because he likes the content we're pushing.
Just because he likes the content we're pushing. Yep. You come to my platform, you'll be.
I'll cover y'all. You cover all the expenses.
Not just that, but whatever money you generate from your streams or from your podcast, you'll get 60%. You'll get 60%. I'll get 40%. Exactly. And because I heard him talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. Business wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the business aspect. He's gonna find. It's like an investment that he's getting his returns back.
Right.
From those percentages.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So we will find a way. You know what I'm saying? To get the message. You have grassroots support. Like I said, the people you can't go wrong. People will always, You'll always get the
And
back.
I'm starting to realize I'm becoming a master when it comes to these segues, because when it comes to finding a way, we gotta figure out if Cardi B's gonna find a way to get to recover from this divorce with Offset, because Cardi B divorced Offset because she gets tired of his antics, and those antics. Well, the final draw was when she found out that he was bringing girls over to sleep in their bed, that they're supposed to sleep in the family home in that bed that they're supposed to sleep in together, and she felt ultimately violated for that. It was the final draw, and she's just tired of that shit.
Right.
Excuse me. So they're married. They had a kid together, and like Offset has like 3 other kids with other women and shit.
Right.
But they still get married nonetheless. Backstory on Cardi B, former stripper. When she was a stripper, she used to finesse dudes by like drugging them and then take them to hotels, drug them, and then rob them for what they have.
Yep, that's the story.
Exactly. So she admits to that years after she came out with Bodak Yellow and stuff. She admits to doing that. And guess what? Like a year or 2 later, she gets a role on Jennifer Lopez Netflix original called Hustlers, doing the very same thing that she admitted to doing. So that only skyrocketed her. So doing something as bad, but if it was a guy, you think that would propel his career or shut down his career, or more likely hinder his career, put his career on pause? Mm-hmm. So there's the double standard there. But then nonetheless, she ends up getting with Offset. They end up getting married. She's talking about how she don't cook, she don't clean, but she still got ring. Offset exposes that she does that at home. So it's like all of a front that she portrays herself like this boss babe, independent ratchet chick that don't need a man, just finesses niggas all the time. But she isn't really that person, or that's what she used to be. And she's just talking about who she used to be, but not being but being disingenuous towards the reality of who she is. And she got humbled. Like, that's what I mean. Like, she got humbled to a degree of she had a choice to choose between just letting it slide and trying to make the marriage work out, because she doesn't have the best ideal class to pass to warrant leaving, and finding something just as good, if not better. And her still thinking that, oh, but I'm Cardi B. I am who I am. I got Grammys and all this money, and I'm the breadwinner. I'm the prize and all this stuff. And fuck this nigga. Why am I dealing with his shit? I deserve better. And to that I say is like, because of her success, her pool of options is so small that most of those options she has would not want to be with someone like her by her reputation. Where Offset, he could just find a attractive girl, just as good looking, maybe even better looking, that is a receptionist at a dealership or an office, or a barista at Starbucks, or a cashier at McDonald's, that he could just take in. It'll be no problem.
Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. So you don't think Cardi B could get the same in a man? Like, as far as like, so you said that Offset can get, just a regular chick at Starbucks, regular chick at, Home Depot or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't think Cardi B could do that in the equivalent in a man? Get the same man?
I like that question, and this is how I debunk that answer. Do you think she would want to be with a guy like that long term?
If she has the right mentality, which, I mean, I'm not here to say here or there at this current juncture, but if she has the mentality like, you know what, if the guy's mentality and mind is right, if he's got goals,
he's gonna be loyal,
if he's got dreams, if he's got ambition, if he's got goals, if he has a good spirit about him, like, I don't think he's here to just take advantage of my bag, anything like that. If he has goals, ambitions, dreams, and he's willing to do anything it takes to reach his form of success, then yeah, I'll give that a chance. If she has that mentality, then yeah, I could see her getting like that type of dude that works at Starbucks or Home Depot who has those aspirations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But is she that type of woman though?
Like
I don't know.
And that's when you play the balance of probabilities.
I don't know.
Do you think she's likely like that? Like, what do you think is more probable, that she's like that, or more probable that she's the latter?
I mean, when she was coming up, she kind of like put it out there like she was that real chick. You know what I'm saying? Like
she was.
She was that real chick that
Before.
would give her the genuine dude a chance.
Before, back then, when she wasn't known.
But now she's been flipped.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
the fame and the money.
Exactly.
And
and like to go backwards from all that.
But she shouldn't look at it as
can't.
going backwards. She should look at it as once this dude gets up, then it's not only going to elevate him, but it'll elevate me more than, you know what I'm saying? I may have to take a back seat temporarily, to help
think she's gonna
prop
take a
him
back
up,
seat?
to help prop him up.
You think she'll take a back
Well,
seat?
not a back seat like that. I mean,
But
like
support him.
because the fact of the matter is,
that's what she should do.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna help a dude, like let's say I
So
work.
you think she's gonna fund the dudes come up?
Well, let's say I worked at Home Depot, right? And I have all these aspirations and dreams. I'm like, man, if I, and I run into Cardi B and Cardi B gives me a genuine shot. And she's like, all right, yeah, I feel you. Like, I really feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to be here for you. Like, let's, not just because I want to help you with your dreams and your aspirations, but I fuck with your vibe. Like, I like your vibe. Like, I want to be with you. Like, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm ahead of you right now. I'm more on top. But I feel like once you get up, Johnny, you'll be where it is. And not only that, once you do get up, I know you're going to prop me up even higher. Like, if she moves like that, I don't know if she thinks like that.
She can start off like that, but do you think it's going to be that same energy all the way until the come up?
It depends, man. It depends on her mentality.
I can tell you this.
It depends on her, bro.
It's on her. I can tell you this because
she really could find somebody good for her if she had that mentality.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I don't think that mentality, like it can work, is possible, but it's not probable, is that when times get like because when you're in a relationship, at some point you're gonna disagree, and you're gonna like go back and forth in disagreement.
True.
So while she still is that girl, she still is that woman compared to him being that dude, and those conflicts happen. Mm-hmm. You think she's gonna concede to him, or he's gonna have to concede to her? Because
then it comes to the dude, right? You gotta stand on your principles, bro.
Exactly.
Like no matter what kind of status she has.
Exactly.
Because no matter what, if you stand on your principles, no matter what, even though she may still be stubborn and combat you and not budge, she can't look back at it and be like, damn, like I really respect him for that. Like she'll have a respect for you.
That.
She may even talk her shit after the fact.
She may even leave you, but she respects you.
But she'll still be like, you know what? Like I can't say he stood on his square. No, yeah, he stood on his square.
And then she has to start back at square one and try to hope for the best.
Okay, well she can go back to the original route of where she probably wanted to go, which was like find someone at her level or higher.
Which is gonna be even less of a chance.
Which is right, but what I'm saying is that
cycle.
She may respect you and then have a change of heart and be like, you know what? Like I didn't rock with you.
It's possible.
It's possible. Like she might look at it and be like, like I didn't really agree with him. I still don't agree with him where he stands with that. But like, I do respect him because he stands strong on it, even though, like she could move like that.
I could say
and it could be good for her if she did move like that.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
It shows humility with herself.
Right.
That she could see the bigger picture of just wanting happiness in
right.
a whole family.
Right.
But you just explain the possibility within another possibility. It's possible that she could go that route and date a guy like that. And it's possible within that possibility of dating that guy that when in times of conflict that she will see the bigger picture and respect the man. Mm-hmm. So it's like the possibility just even dwindled more. So now where maybe it was like a 20% chance, you put a 20% chance within that 20% chance. Now it's like a 5% chance. So now it's like, I'm always about probability over possibility. I do like to still consider the possibility, but I'm prepared for the probability.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why it's like, for her, it's more likely that she's not going to ever match up. And she's going to either have to settle, which she isn't, she's going to see it as settling, no matter what we say. We don't she shouldn't see it as settling, but she's gonna see it like that because she has such an ego and a platform and a clout. That's what happens to people.
And this is
of
the
that
problem.
Type of stratosphere.
This is the problem I've had with women too. Like, what's wrong with building a man up, helping a man get built up? What's wrong with that?
That's
like what in the
back in the day that was a thing.
Why is that such like
because they
taboo.
They got their own. Why would they build another man up if they got their own shit going on?
Because if you help build that man up, that man is going to have a certain loyalty to you, which in turn will help support you and build you just in case you do. Like, what's the problem?
I'm going to play devil's advocate, switch it around.
Okay.
Because these women would say, what if he leaves me after he comes up?
Well, I could say the same thing. You could flip it and be like, if I built a woman up, what if she leaves me?
And guess what? Guess which one's more likely? Who breaks up with who more likely? Women break up with men more than men break up with women. So your argument is more constructive. If the woman leaves me after I build her up, that's more of a compelling argument than the woman thinking that the man's gonna leave her, because men might like Offset cheated on her, but he wasn't ever gonna leave her.
But see, her and Offset met at a certain point.
If she cheated on Offset, it's over.
They didn't meet like trying to build one another up.
Yeah,
they met when they were already on top.
Yeah.
So it's a different dynamic.
Exactly.
I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with helping a brother out with his dreams, bro? What's wrong with that?
Have you ever seen that work?
What's wrong with helping a brother out reach his success?
But think about that. When have you ever seen that work? Like, what's the example you can name that
when a woman helped a brother,
Yeah.
helped a man reach his goals and his dreams and his success?
Exactly. You can't think.
I can't think of any, but I'm
then
just saying.
You can think of the other way. You can't think of the other way though.
Who? Name me one.
Like what's a prime example of the other way? Shit. Just off the top of my head.
Getting put on the spot.
Yeah, no, this wasn't. But it's just more likely because I'm trying to think of celebrity.
They're gonna kill you in the comments. They're gonna kill you in the comments.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like,
they kind.
He's on his high horse.
I've been talking about good shit, but let's just go back to the narrative.
Okay,
let's go back to the narrative of like the man is more likely to date a girl that don't got as much going for her, while he's got his shit going for him.
I can see that.
And you can take that same principle. I can see even in a more publicly viewed aspect where like you can have I'm trying to think of you can talk about the Kardashians.
Right.
Prime example, the dad that died, like who was Chris, who was the mom before? Mm-hmm. But the dad was one of OJ's lawyers.
Right.
But she was like, no one knew who the fuck she was. But only after he died, and the fact that they're married is why they blew up. And her specifically along with them. That's a great example of that. Robin Givens wasn't relevant until she dated Mike Tyson. She was just a actress. She wasn't like an A-list or a B-list or anything. She was just an actress. Like you see her here and there, maybe pop up on a show or a commercial.
Right.
But Mike Tyson elevated her. Now we all know who she is.
Right.
And like you could keep going on and on about people who were elevated because they dated that person. They might have been like in the clouds, you know, they might have been like maybe relevant to some people or not even relevant at all. But then they dated that person, even if it doesn't work out, their career is forever propelled. And it's more likely the woman dating that guy that is propelled from.
And again, I don't want this to come off like, you know, men shouldn't. Keep in mind, I'm saying men with aspirations, goals, ambitions, not a man that's trying to be very feminine and bitch made with it to where you're trying to leech on a woman.
Yeah, when you're submitting,
that is the most ultimate wackest beta male crap. If you're trying to leech onto a woman, you know what I'm saying. There's a difference between that and having a woman support you to help you reach your goals, help you reach your ambition, help you reach your dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because you were already working. You were already striving towards that. Now you have this woman who's willing to empower you to help propel you and push you forward. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to even help you out. Because there are women that do that, that do try to do that with a man. But then the thing is, they do it for the wrong man. So they just like, they like that man. They're dating that man.
Damn.
And that man didn't have a whole lot of problems, but it was just like that emotional trigger that just drew him to that guy, even though he doesn't have a whole lot, but he knows how to emotionally entice her and and to trigger her emotion and make her feel a type of way towards him, even though he doesn't have a whole lot going for him. He knows how to get inside her emotion. It's his attraction, his charm, and all that other stuff. Knows how to tell women what they like to hear and all that. But then he doesn't really have that ambition. But then she loves him so much that she still invests into him, and nothing comes out of it because he's just a bum ass nigga. Once a bum ass nigga, always. And that clouds her judgment to never want to do that again for a nigga because she did that for the wrong nigga. And that's what happens too. Because like there are those women that want to do that, even though a majority don't. But some that do, a lot of them get stung by that situation. And that only jays them even more and makes them be more like the other women.
Sounds like a sad situation, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's like, man, it's a hard take that I'm about to take. And I'm going to see if we can squeeze in that clip. But this hard take I'm about to take is that when it comes to like investing into a significant other, women tend to do so more in a blind way because they're blinded by their emotions and how the guy makes them feel more than long term. If this is going to be a long term worth investment, that this guy has shown signs that he's going to be able to provide and be secure within y'all's relationship to start a family with potentially and get married to and all that. They're blinded because like at the moment, this guy makes them feel unlike other guys make them feel, and they just want to make it work.
Right.
And that clouded sense of judgment becomes their downfall when they end up getting shorted and creating trauma and everything else. And it just ends up fucking up their heads and shit. Like for men, it's more like for us men, when we make those bad choices, it's more lustful. And like we're like, she's hot. She's telling me like she's hot and she's committing, like she's let me in, like, you know, let me access and everything else.
Right.
And like more of a physical, logical standpoint, more shallow, kind of shallow in a way in that sense that our blinders are more like we don't want to lose that girl. But for the woman, her blinders is more of that she wants to keep that guy. Can you understand?
Yeah, I kind of see. Yeah,
because like she wants to keep that guy. That she's willing to invest into that guy. Right. Where that guy doesn't want to lose that girl, that he's willing to give her more leeway to do what she wants. And that could be the beginning and the end of the relationship, is just giving her that free liberation, though. Like she still has a boyfriend, but she can still act single. Right. Where the guy is like, he doesn't have his shit together, but I can invest in him. Yeah. And that's where it's like a vicious cycle when it comes to this modern dating shit. It's like women dating the wrong niggas dating the wrong bitches. And yeah. I know.
Just ruin it for the good guys.
I know, exactly. It
ruin it for the good guys.
It ruins it for the good guys and the good girls wherever they got fuck boys and hoes. Because like good guys end up dating some hoes and throughout their life, and then they get jaded by the hoes, and then the good girls end up dating the fuck boys throughout their life, and they get jaded by the fuckboys. And then now both the good guys and the good girls have trust issues, and then they're over here treating someone that might be good for them with skepticism because of that past. I don't know if y'all have time to pull up that first clip. We're not gonna finish the whole clip, but I want to get to like at least the conversation that they're having. Yeah, the first one I sent you. Yeah. No, not the first fit. The one that's Adam 22 Rage Quit. Yeah, that one that's by itself.
Adam 22. Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to No Jumper.
We both know we're not going to agree on that, but I think it's very disingenuous to call it monogamy when it's not monogamy.
Well,
and the
it's
only
monogamy off camera.
That's like me saying that, inside of this room,
you don't really need to say
it's
like anything. It just is a statement of fact, right?
No, it's not, because you're creating a false condition, as though life is different when you turn on a camera and turn off a camera.
I think when I say monogamy on off camera, I think everyone understands.
This is really important. No, I like where we're at right now. What we're experiencing is that what you're doing is wrong, so you have this duality in your mind and in your psyche to make you feel like because you turned on the camera and because you're getting paid, now it's okay. When in actual fact, I'll tell you how we know it's wrong. Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not, no.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. And I'll give you an example. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
First of all, I don't do porn on OnlyFans, so
Spitting,
don't
right?
throw me in that.
I think it's
but I feel like it's like,
would
I want my dad to watch me having sex with someone else, recorded or not? Like, you do things like, you don't want your parents to see everything that you're doing.
Did you understand my point?
To him, like, it's a bad thing. Like, how do you know that they're ashamed
Real
of it?
quick, did you understand my point?
Yeah, that's why he's asking.
What?
Did you comprehend my point?
I understand your point,
Okay,
but I mean, I do agree with him. I think off camera, they are monogamous. Like, it's acting. It's like kissing someone in a movie. Like,
okay, let me give you. Let me ask you a question.
I don't do porn on OnlyFans.
Let me ask you a question.
But I still agree. I do think they are in a monogamous relationship.
You don't do porn on OnlyFans.
I don't.
What do you do?
I do like sexy photos. Yeah.
Sexy
photos.
Nude
photos.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, here we got a jokester. Here we got a jokester. Okay,
you got to subscribe. I mean, I don't know. You got to see for yourself. Yeah.
Typical.
I would
That's
never.
how they be.
So going back though,
I would never.
to a girl.
That's why he's such a real ass dude, dog. He's safe to center, dog. Subscribe to him, dog. He's a real ass dude.
Hey, Mr. Herpsalot. You did a standard herpes test which shows nothing. You do a Western blot test, it will likely come back positive and you will have to disclose to all future partners. Hashtag filthy.
Oh my
Jay Butler got paid today.
You spent a lot more time thinking about this than I did. Oh man.
Let's see, it goes back.
One of these days, Adam, I'll have you on the podcast where not everyone's trying to dogpile you.
He's bulletproof. He's bulletproof. He's bulletproof. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, so what is the pitch? What's the pitch? Because I'm sure there's men out there that, you know,
I want to say fast forward just a little bit, like maybe 2 minutes.
I can fight back. I'm okay.
Right.
Good.
One who is narcissistic and disregards others. You're the one that's going to cheat.
Because I was on my phone when I didn't.
Okay. 30 seconds.
I got
30 seconds before this. I'm sorry, Quincy. So because like this is he exposes that girl
and giving us the basics on how to pay attention, how to track the speaker, how to be respectful. In other words, there was one person who was not paying attention while he was talking. Who was that?
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
So out of everyone sitting here, why are you the one that's sitting here being disrespectful when he's taking out his time to show you how to best present yourself in front of millions of people?
Because I was turning off my alarm. Yeah, and I didn't want to forget to do it later.
Sure, I hear you. Because you're a disrespectful person, and you were rude and catty with him after he told you. As a boss, I always look at these things because I was
rude and catty with him because I put my phone away.
No.
I don't think I said anything disrespectful. I mean, I
agree with you.
From.
I agree that you think you didn't say anything disrespectful. I agree that you think you weren't being disrespectful because that's your actual nature. So a person like you who is by nature one who is narcissistic and disregards others, you're the one that's going to cheat.
Because I was on my phone when I didn't.
Why were you the only one? Out of I got 2 phones right here. I got 2 phones. Why were you the only one?
Do you follow every single fucking rule? Have you ever had a speeding ticket?
Why are you so angry?
Why are you
so angry?
Like,
I mean that she was wrong.
You're just angry right now.
You're just as expressive as I am. And I think when a woman like kind of like barks back at you, it's an issue.
There's no need to bark with humans.
He's holding her accountable.
I'm just going to spade a spade. I'm just saying, why were you? I'm asking you a question. Why were you the only one out of everyone here? Why was it you that all of a sudden needed to do that right when he's giving us the directions?
Just because I had to do it.
Right, because you didn't care. Now, settle.
I don't know how being on my phone correlates to cheating. That's fucking ridiculous.
Like that's the whole. He asked him, "Have you ever cheated?"
A lot of things would be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in sex work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
Oh, look at her face.
Yeah, no. If you had legitimate,
I think I have a lot more to offer than just being on OnlyFans.
If you had
significant, that I started 2 months ago. Like there's a lot more to offer than that.
If you had significant IQ and skill set, you'd be able to go into the marketplace and earn a good income, such that you didn't have to do that.
Significant IQ, like the women that you're with that let you cheat on them and bring whatever diseases back to them, right? Like those are like high value women, right?
I hear you. Right. Yeah. So being that you don't have significant income or the ability to offer skills,
I don't have a significant income. Okay, gotcha.
Why do you keep cutting me off? All right, go ahead. You talk, and then I'll respond. Go ahead. You talk.
I'm just
Can you at least scoot your mic that way? There you go.
She wasn't listening to the directions. That's why she didn't know.
I'm a bad listener. And I'm a cheater.
Okay. All right. Do you want to talk now? I just want to make sure you don't interrupt me.
ahead.
So go ahead. No, I'm offering you the floor because you were talking while I was talking. Go ahead.
I'm good. You can say what you need to say.
Wow. See, your brain dead. That's a problem. That's why you have to interrupt me while I'm talking. I gave you the floor. You didn't want to take it because you don't have any thoughts or anything to say.
I do have
Here's
thoughts
my
and
point.
things to say.
And don't worry, I'm not really talking to you. I'm speaking against you as a symbol. So don't take personal
As a symbol,
offense
which is
to
what?
it.
A symbol of what?
A symbol of a declining society where people
Gotcha.
lack values. So the point is this. If you had IQ and skills to offer to the marketplace, you
Gotcha.
can earn a good income. Being that the most valuable thing about you is something that you never earned. You didn't earn knowledge, you didn't earn skills. It's your breast that you're paid for and your butthole. So you market that to earn money.
The girl in the blue, she's like a virgin Christian girl.
So
She's
I'm
rocking
the
with what
one
he's
with,
saying.
like,
Yeah, exactly. That's what you can see her smiling in the bedroom.
I do
You might not
like
be.
him out on OnlyFans.
I see it with it.
Because I'm the only woman who's barking back at you like I'm this brain dead fucking
And
bimbo
she's trying
who
to
has
make it
nothing
seem
to
like
offer
it's
to
man
society.
versus woman.
I mean, then what?
But
Then
we
what?
heard the
Let's
main
test it
point.
real quick.
Yeah,
Okay,
how
what's your
she's
age?
treated. Yeah, so
I'm 28, but I'm not testing. I'm not doing a test.
You get, okay, you're 28.
I'm getting up there. You're right. My eggs are drying up.
Okay.
I'm not going to be fertile. No one's going to want me. I'm not a high value woman. Like,
That's
what
fine.
else?
We're not going there. Here's where we're going. If you weren't doing OnlyFans, how would you earn a 6-figure plus income?
I do
Wait,
Like-
speak English. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Nisa.
I work at one of the I work at one of the best clubs in Las
You
Vegas.
seem like you're having trouble with English for a second. Tell us.
I'm perfectly fine with my
Okay,
English.
go on.
I'm a little riled up. Yes.
I said that like 5 minutes ago and you denied it.
I'm a little thrown off
Okay.
by you attacking me because I think
Attacking.
a lot of these other
That's
girls
because people never address you.
And I respect
People
like,
never
what everyone
address
else
you
does
directly.
Here. I think you're just attacking me because I'm responding to you, and you don't like that, and you don't like women who
What the hell?
go against what you have to say.
That's
and
fine.
that's why you choose
But
women that
do
you
you
do.
manipulate
mind, do you
narratives.
mind answering the question I asked you?
What is the question?
Okay, I'll say it one more time. What skills do you have that would help you earn a 6-figure plus income at age 28?
You're right. Nothing. There's nothing that there's no skills that I have at all.
You're trying to escape.
There's nothing.
But I'm
There's
saying
no- there's no skills. No, you're right.
Because
You're
you're
right.
you're a cocktail server
He's
in Las
right.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing else that I have to offer.
And she's trying to play it off right now. And that's a strategy. Very nice.
What's the strategy? Tell us.
But the
please,
fact is, I live
doctor.
in Las Vegas. I've seen your type many times. Generally, they're younger.
Gotcha.
But the point
We're
is
getting
this:
old, I know, man.
You're,
I'm
no,
aging out
really.
over here.
Honestly,
Fuck.
they should be firing
someone
you. all.
marries me.
Yeah, no, they
Like-
should be. I don't know about that, but they should certainly be firing you and get someone of the appropriate age to do such a low level job.
Oh, yeah.
But the point is this. Why are you opening your mouth wide like that? It's not time. Bring the camera out. She's ready.
So she's an OnlyFans girl that he just dated. And like she be gawking niggas on
Here's the
their
point.
OnlyFans and
You're
shit.
currently a cocktail
It's not
server,
time
which
for
consists
you to
of,
perform.
hey, I'll have a Jack and Coke. Okay. And then you walk away, tell someone else Jack and Coke. They hand you a Jack and Coke. You come back and bring it back to me and hope that I would give you a good tip. That's your skill set.
And what about it?
It's hard work.
And what about it?
It's a hard work.
And what about it?
Yeah, there is no skill set is the point, which is to say if I took
what
your
about
brain,
it?
if I took your brain and placed your brain into a man's body, you would be in poverty.
Damn.
You caught me.
Because you're brainless. Carry on.
You're right.
You're
Yeah.
brainless. Carry on.
I'm just good for nothing.
Damn.
Yes, you caught me.
No, you
dog.
are good for something. That's why you have OnlyFans. And that's
And
my point. Is that
the
that's
girl
what you're
with
good for.
the European girl with the colorful top, you know?
And I'm not trying to be rude,
She
but
was
it's
a
just
I
that
think
boxer.
you
we're
are trying to be rude.
And
No,
she
I'm
showed
being
her
honest.
tits
No, I mean,
after
being
she
honest
won a
about
fight
it. Do you even-
and flashed
Do you even know
everyone
who I
and she
am as
got
a person? I mean,
kicked
before
off of
like
boxing.
throwing these insults, that
And
I'm
now
just
she's
this
just
brain
OnlyFans.
dead
Avoid
fucking
ad
woman who has
hominem.
nothing
Exactly.
No, that's
to
Talking about the
offer.
Avoid
degenerates they
ad
find
hominem.
on these
But
platforms.
is it ad hominem when you actually there were some, but my
Brainless might be a little.
Where's the
You,
part
I
where
think that
he
you
leaves?
even know me.
Oh, damn,
Like,
I
you don't
remember
even.
when he leaves.
And you're
We're
only
getting
calling me
close to
brainless
it, but we're
because
short
I'm
on
the only
time.
one
I want to get to the
responding
part where
to
Do you
he-
think
I think
you know
he's
what
about
I
to
think?
finish.
So do you
has
think-
him
so
a
do you
little
Wait,
bit
right here,
upset.
there.
Why?
Just
Yeah,
so you know,
watch this.
every girl sitting on this side of the table earns more money than him.
Yeah.
He's an imposter. He's been outed in the past.
he's mad about it,
He
and
basically
he's mad.
LARPs as a
Honestly,
rich guy on the internet.
If I was
And I just,
absolutely
on
poor, it
behalf
would mean
of
nothing.
all the girls,
It would mean nothing.
I think we all are kind of in
That's
agreement that
amazing.
we don't really want to sit here and listen to someone who's basically
And
a
now he's
scam
trying
artist
to
tell us what's wrong with our
Yeah,
lives.
This is
what do you do?
amazing.
What do you do
So
for
I'm
work?
This is amazing.
How do you make
on the
money?
edge of
There's only
walking
one
around
other girl
with
talking.
What do you do for work?
And I
The
don't
girl
want
that
to
you
walking out on like a
challenged.
What do you do
Sunday
for work?
level.
Utter
I just don't
No, what
really
do you
want to
do for
listen
work?
to a scam artist
You
tell me
can
what's so
What do you
wrong
do
with
for
our
work?
Google my
lifestyles,
name.
right?
You can Google
I don't
my
fucking
name
know who
right
you
now.
are.
You can Google my name.
If you
right
Google
now.
his
Does anyone
name,
know this guy's name?
you'll
And
be
I hurt,
exhilarated.
I hurt your feelings earlier, and
You didn't hurt my
I
feelings
did
at
hurt
all.
your
It's just you're
feelings
trying
earlier.
to
And
do
the
this
whole
whole
chat
moral
is hurting your
superiority
feelings.
thing, and it's not
The
working
whole
because
chat is
you're
hurting
broke.
your feelings. The
You're
whole chat is-
actually broke.
Here's the funny.
You got a milk dud on top of your head.
Here's the funny
Guys,
thing.
I'm just being real with you.
If I was actually broke, it literally would mean nothing to me.
Then what's up? Then prove
Why
it.
did you
If
do
I
an
still
NFT
had a
scam
Let's
on your
see.
fans for
Like,
like
if I still
$400?
Silliness.
Checkmate.
Silliness.
This guy's a scammer.
guys,
silliness.
Is that his job as
I
an actual
think
scammer?
I'm gonna
Adam,
leave, and if any girls want to leave with me, I'd be happy to take you with me.
Hold on.
He's rage quitting. He's rage quitting.
It's not a rage quit. It's
Guys.
just you're not on the level
He's
of
rage
me
Adam,
or
what's the
any
line?
of these
Agree.
girls.
No, I agree
Rage
with.
quitting.
Guys, hold on. Let's just take a little
I
pause
didn't mean to
here.
make him
I
rage
think
quit.
I'm done,
No,
Brian.
Adam.
I don't want to listen to this guy anymore, and I feel like I might do something extreme if I were to stick around.
When I first walked in, I
I
said,
might
"Do you
have
want
to
the
polish
fade?"
that milk dud.
When I first walked,
guys,
when I
guys,
saw you
appreciate you
downstairs,
guys,
I said, "Do you want the fade?" And you said no.
Wow.
Okay.
See what you
When I
fucking
first
did?
walked in, I said, "Do you want
Thanks
the
a
fade?"
lot.
You said no. We could have took care of that before the show started.
You guys have like some pre-existing.
All right, that's about it,
Listen.
Quincy and
Can we
Marcus.
switch
Appreciate
Adam?
you.
When I came in,
There you go. There you go.
Oh, boy.
That was a lot to take in, I know. But what do you think about that?
Woo, what do I think about it? That's a lot to unpack. Well, it's not really a lot to unpack. I mean,
What you did is
homeboy, you know, black dude was on point a lot of what he was saying.
you're spitting, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was. I mean, it's no disrespect. He was attacking the symbol.
Exactly.
That's the point.
They're taking it personal.
Right. That's the point. He was
Exactly.
attacking the symbol of who she is.
Yep.
You're taking it personal because the symbol actually reflects you.
Yep. And
So that's the problem.
and that's the beauty of it, because when I saw that shit, I was watching that shit live. I was like, damn, this is like me on Facebook.
Right.
I be attacking the symbol, and people feel like
And
I'm
he
attack-
checkmated her when he was like, "Hey, what do you bring to the table other than OnlyFans? Let's just be real."
And then when he said, "Put your brain in the male's body,
Right.
he'll be property."
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Shit.
But anyway, man, we're gonna have to continue that on next
I
episode.
know, right?
You know, this episode was sponsored by Recognize Entertainment.
Yep.
As you can see, merchandise, go get it. Follow me on all socials. Junyanii. Just type the name in, you'll find me.
Also, legendary music team, LMT. You know what we is. We always staying collabed up,
Yep.
doing our things, holding it down for the H-Town.
Wisdom Talk. We done. Peace.
Yep.